Hey, what's up traders? So welcome to another weekly market analysis. In case you're coming across this video for the first time, my name is Alex FX, and I'll be taking you through the weekly market analysis, basically projecting for the pairs that we will be trading for this final week of February, that is from 23rd February until 27th February. So we will, as usual, I usually start with the economic calendar. Even as we check through the economic calendar, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like this video. That is the support that I need from you so that it can be recommended to other viewers who might be interested with the same content. So we start out off with the economic calendar. So in this particular week, as you can see, from Monday tomorrow, we're going to be having some NZ news and some Euro news. On Tuesday, we're going to be having some news touching on the USD. Then on Wednesday, we're going to be having some heavy news from coming from the Australian dollar, and then also some news including the Euro CPI. Then on Thursday, we're going to be having some news touching on the USD, and then on Friday, we're going to be having some news on Euro, including the USD PPI news, as well as some news touching on the CAD. So it's always good to have a check on the economic calendar, even as you take your trades for the week, so that you cannot be caught on the wrong side of the market. All right, so let's start off with the dollar index. So as you always know, the dollar index is usually like the indicator of the all the dollar pairs. It basically shows the strength and weakness of the dollar. So looking at the DXY, which is also abbreviated as DXY, which is also the dollar index. Now you can see once we broke out of this level, dollar index has been bearish generally from the higher time frame. Now, however, we saw this big move from here until here, and still price has the possibility of moving lower. But even as we look for price to go lower, it therefore means that we must have some retracement happening. So looking at the dollar index there right now, this is our trending range, this is our swing high, and this is our swing low. However, we are now having some kind of pullback onto these zones before we continue with the downward movement. So coming to the open of this coming week, what I would like to see happening on the dollar index is that
have you had all the Forex hype online, flashy cars, false profits? Here, we are not about the hype. We are about the skill. Our training is real, practical, and beginner friendly. We will train you how to analyze the market, risk management, and also how to grow your account step by step. You can visit us at Spar Mall, 2nd floor, S47, or give us a call on our number, which is in all our social media platforms, to book your slot and start your journey to financial freedom.
I would like to see price breaking out of this level over here, then to proceed to the immediate supply zones here, where price has a high potential of giving us a better reaction to go short on the dollar. So it therefore means that we might be having some buy opportunities, which also will be counter trend for the dollar if you have to trade for this particular week. So we might have either price reacting on this 4-hour supply zone, or even on the extreme supply zone, which is the daily supply zone. So, but in case this level, the price is not able to push higher, therefore it means that you might see price breaking this lower range over here to proceed with the downward movement. So anything is possible. So your work is just to watch what the market will be doing and then to react accordingly. Okay, now let's look at AUD/USD. Now for the AUD/USD, AUD/USD from the higher time frame, basically the market has been very bullish. Even at this moment, we are very bullish from the daily time frame. However, we cannot buy at the current price levels. So I am of the view that we might be having, this is one of my area of interest. If at all I have to go bullish on AUD/USD, which is a 4-hour demand zone. Now, what I'm looking forward for the AUD/USD is that at the current how price closed last week, it seems price might be going higher, but I don't see price surpassing this level over here. So since we have some imbalance that was left from this particular swing level. So what I'll be looking forward for AUDUSD is that if we can get some reaction from this level to go short on AUDUSD until these extreme demand levels, then I will be interested in making my buys over here. If at all price is able to give us this move, then it means that we can get our shots from AUDUSD from this supply zone, and then once price gets to these levels, we can be able to start buying back the AUDUSD. So as you can see from last week, price reacted actually from a very key level, which is a key support area which price has been reacting on, and you see therefore informs that there is a possibility that price might push higher, but might not be able to break this level at the moment until we get a pullback to this deeper correction. Then we can continue with the upward movement direction. So let's look at Euro USD. So Euro USD from the higher time frame, price has also been generally on a bullish movement. However, now from the current swing range, which is this is our swing high and this is our swing low. So this is our current trading range. So in this particular level, I'm looking forward for price to do a deeper correction. And even as we look for price to do deeper corrections, price is still reacting on an important key level of demand, which is the 4 demand zone. So from this level here, actually I called out some trades last week, I think on Thursday, which we were able to execute successfully. So as you can see, price was approaching this 4-hour demand zone, and therefore we were expecting for a reaction here for price to push higher, which actually happened. So what I am looking for is if at all Euro USD can be able to break above this level. We did have price touching on this level actually, and price was not able to break above. So if at all we are able to break above this zone, then it means we might see price reacting on this, maybe probably a level of supply from this level before we can see price moving lower to a deeper correction to mitigate, or rather to test the daily extreme daily demand zone from these levels which I have already marked. So last week's trade was around these levels over here. So I think that trade was activated from this level here. So stop loss was there, then the take profit was around here, which was a 1:3 risk reward ratio, a trade which was also shared in my Telegram community. Now let's look at GBP USD. Now GBP USD from the higher time frame, price is also still very bullish. So as you can see, actually last week or so, this is actually an annotation of a chart of an explanation that I was sharing with my community members on why we were buying GBP USD last week on Thursday. Actually, I sent this similar setup at the same time with the Euro USD as I have analyzed. So last week, price approached this is a daily demand zone actually. This daily demand zone, yes, this daily demand zone is very visible from the daily chart. Yes, a very nice daily demand zone. So once price approached that level, of course we were looking for buys, and all you need to know is that as price approaches the key level, which you can also call your point of interest, what you're gonna be doing is going down to the lower time frame and looking for this kind of a confirmation. So as you can see, you can screenshot these and use the same model for your charts. Now this has been a pullback from these levels up here. So price has been making lower highs and lower lows. This week also, last week's breakout structure now prompted for price to come to this key demand zone from this point on over here. So once we got to this demand zone, all we were looking for is a change of character from the lower time frame, and in this case I was looking for a change of character from the M15. That is what I was looking for, and I got it from this point on here. So entry on these M5 or rather M15 FVG or 50% Fibonacci, then we were ready the move up. So this was a successful trade also, which was also shared in the members community, and we were able to achieve a risk reward of I think 2.8 or something there. So Yes, yeah, so if you are very good with the execution, of course you'll get 1:3, and at least that was a very good setup which was shared. And just to show you, this was the trade that when I was sharing them in the group, in the community, this was GBP USD, and as well this was Euro USD, and I actually shared this one after we had made that progress on that particular move, which was 1:3. And then Euro USD also, I shared the update once we were achieving those key levels. So just that so that you can confirm that indeed these trades were shared in that particular community. Now, if you're not in that community, make sure to join that group using the link on the bio. It's free of charge. You will always get notifications anytime I have a trade setup and anytime I am executing, as well as to give real-time updates on the general market movements. Now, coming over to GBP USD, what we are looking forward for this particular week is that if at all the current price is able to push higher and we break this level, then it means we might be going short on higher levels. In particular, I'll be looking to go short on maybe this supply zone over here before we can go down lower. And if price also confirms a possibility of giving higher movements, then we will also be riding the move up. So other than that, that is it for GBP USD. Now let's look at USD JPY. USD JPY. So USD JPY from the daily time frame, as you can see, technically this particular pair, once we broke out of this level, then we had a downward movement on this particular pair. That is a downward trend. But right now, price has been put us in a very difficult situation, since because we expected after this pullback here for price to break this particular level here. So I was expecting for a break here before we can mitigate this demand zone, then we can get into buys, but that did not happen. So therefore, as you can see, even last week's close, still there is no definite movement on USD JPY. However, the structure, the overall structure still remains bearish, and also my bias, my general bias remains bearish. Now what is happening is that price is currently on a retracement, and we might be going to mitigate either this level here, which is most likely price might not be able to hold, because once we have these two such close levels like the first one and the second one, then price will always take this one as liquidity before reacting well on the second level going down. So this is my long-term expectation on USD JPY. But coming out for this particular week, so what I'm looking forward to is a price pulling back to this level over here of demand. Then we continue with the move up to mitigate this level before we can go with the downward movement. Of course, the price must react from this daily supply zone. So that is it for USD JPY. So let's look at Euro JPY. Now Euro JPY, also technically the setup is bearish after we had this change of character from the daily time frame. Now what we are looking at the moment is a price might have this correction or retracement, which we might mitigate on the daily supply zone before you can continue going low. So in terms of the trending range, this is a swing low and this is a swing high at the moment from the daily time frame. Therefore, from the 4-hour time frame, what I'm looking forward to is a price giving us a correction to probably this area of demand zone over here before we can continue up to this level. So you might be looking for your buys deeper on these levels. Now let's look at the final pair, which is GBP JPY. GBP JPY, and also we'll also be looking at CAD JPY. So GBP JPY also technically bearish from the daily time frame. From the 4-hour time frame, actually last week we had some good setups that we were able to take. So we were looking at this supply zone. Price came to this supply zone and was reacting from that point on. Went to the lower time frame to get the confirmation, which is usually price turning inside out, or rather giving us a change of character than retracement. So this is usually the A+ setup that I'm always looking for. So let me just screenshot this one so that I can be able to annotate it better. So once a price now price was giving us higher highs and higher lows, as you can see from this break of structure from the 5-minute, price retraced back again, then price went up. Now once we had the break of this swing, that is when we have our change of character. So change of character, and actually it went ahead to break this level, then it means this bearish move was very strong. So once you have that one, now you pull your Fibonacci from this level to this level, look for the 50%. This was my entry point, stop loss above that level, then looking for a 1:2 risk reward ratio. So this was an excellent setup, which was also, I think I was not able to share this on the community, but I took it personally. Now also we had another setup once we broke out of the 15 change, once we had the 15-minute change of character over here. So once we had this change of character on M15, now you will notice that the first setup, the change of character was based on the lower time frame, which is M5. But for this other second setup, I was looking at a continuation once we broke out of this change of character setup on the on the M15. So I was looking for a shot over here, which was also once you pull your fib from this level to this level, you realize that this was the 50% move. So I was looking for price to continue with the downward movement, but unfortunately that did not happen. Price went ahead to take out my stop loss, which I was stopped out before price hit my take profit, and that was a perfect execution, but price did not go my way. You just accept and look for the next setup. So that is it for GBP JPY. Now looking at this particular week, what I'm looking forward to is actually now GBP JPY, we might not be having a setup this week because now price is kinda in a consolidation mode. So this structure over here leaves me a little bit worried and a little bit confused. So because I don't see any clear direction with the GBP JPY. Not unless we break out of this zone over here to come to this daily supply zone, then we can be able to look for shots from that level. Then that would be a perfect that would be the only perfect movement, or rather setup, that I would like to see on GBP JPY. Other than that, the current price and the current structure that we have on GBP JPY, I don't see any setup that I can be able to take or execute for this particular week. Now let's look at the final pair, which is CAD JPY. So CAD JPY from the higher time frame, let's look what price is doing from the higher time frame. So generally the price has been bullish, but once we broke out of this level here, then price technically turned to be bearish because this is a change of character from the daily time frame. Now you can see price pulled back to this zone again and sold off. However, we were not able to break out of this we were not able to break this key level over here. Now what we are having right now is price is trading in this range, top of the range, that being our swing high and this being our swing low. Now we might have price getting back to this daily supply zone. And how do we get there? So coming down to the lower time frame, or rather to the middle time frame, which is 4-hour time frame, you can see price give us a change of character from the H4. So what I'm looking forward on CAD JPY is of course I am looking to go shorts on this daily supply zone, but even before we get there, now price might be pulling back to this level of demand from this level here before mitigating this daily supply zone. Then we can get our entry confirmation for shorts. So we might be getting a buy from here, and then we can go for the once we get to the daily supply zone, of course we'll be looking to go short on CAD JPY. So other than that, the setups may take some time. You have to be patient with yourself. Don't rush. Don't have the fear of missing out. Always use proper risk management. And I wish you a very fantastic trading week. Of course, I will be updating all these trades that I'll be taking for the week. Not all, but some of them in that particular community. If you have not joined this Telegram community, make sure to join using the link on the bio. So I'll keep you posted. So lovely week, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.